Igor Elijah speaks. There is something I want to talk about in this video. Note, the photo in this video is AI edited and the face does not match the real face of Josamili. And I continue. I titled this video, "The African Mind Must Be Awakened, from Consumers to Creators." And that title was for a reason, and that reason will be explained. There's a particular thing I want to talk about in this video. Some of the richest people in this world, in this day and age, they believe that if they leave their vast wealth and their great liquid wealth, that if they allow their children to inherit such liquid wealth, it's going to hinder the ability of the children hustling and valuing wealth in a way they value it. Some of the richest people in this age actually think like that, and some of them has gone ahead to edict their will and let their children know that such kind of liquid wealth you are expecting are not coming to you. That will trigger, and they believe that it will trigger the mind of such children to start planning ahead, to start having decades of plan and arrangement in their life, trying to create such liquid wealth by themselves. So I want to talk about that concerning Africa. Africa is like a prince whose father is very rich. And they already know what they are going to inherit. Every land is blessed with so many minerals, natural resources, and unimaginable things that are still undiscovered. So that can either bring good or evil, because some countries in Africa have actually gone to a point of depending on these natural resources. But what have it brought? It has brought backwardness and limitedness. They have turned to consumers instead of creators. Instead of exporting value, they are exporting mineral resources. They are exporting raw materials. When you are exporting raw materials, the people buying the raw materials are converting it into value and now selling it to you, and you are importing value, and you keep exporting raw material and keep importing value. That is what we call the consumer and not the creator. And that is what is bringing so many African economy down and backward. Africa used to be a world-reigning economy. In those days, we are not an exporting of raw material days. It was an exporting of value days, when they export value and knowledge and import, if possible, raw material to create those values. So that is the main thing I want to explain in this video. So I'm calling on the African minds to awaken into creators. Let's convert this raw material into value and export. That is how our economy will be balanced with the economy of the globe. Forget about the mindset of we have, and stop consuming what we have. Let us convert it to value. And that is the future of Africa. That is what we are bringing. And that will be the first role Biafra will play in order to be a role model to Africa, by converting raw materials into value, exporting value and importing raw materials. That is the capital we are building, and that is where we are going. calling on the African minds to awaken today. Thank God for Omega Dominion. You have created Omega Dominion in order to build your minds, sharpen your minds, and build you in your place of destiny, using your date of birth to determine the unique gifts that you have, and actually interpret to you and show you the influence of the stars surrounding you and how you may align to in order to express these powers that the Lord has blessed you with. Omega Dominion is here to back you up, and Omega Dominion is also open for the globe, for the Lord has commanded it to be so. And Omega Dominion will be the manifestation of the word that says, of the blessings of Abraham, that says, in you shall all nations be blessed. So God is not just giving us a blessing, God is giving us a blessing that we may be blessed, and through us, every other person will be blessed too. That is the dominion.